Parents who hate their kids. Why? My son Tyler was 16 when he and his dad got T-boned coming home from a school play. Tyler came out with a few cuts on his arms and legs, but his dad got hit with a huge shard right to the abdomen, and Tyler had to watch as his dad bled out in front of him. According to Tyler, his last words were, "I'm gonna make it." In the aftermath, Tyler did a 180 overnight. He went from being this goofy kid who'd make up songs about our dog to smoking grass in our living room and yelling at me to F off. I know he was grieving, I was too. I really tried my best to help him, but it's hard to be nice when you start noticing that most of your tips from the diner you worked at are going missing. I relied on these to make rent. Tyler knew that, but he stole them anyway. Still, I didn't bother him much about it. Just asked to give back what he didn't spend and started working more. But then I caught him red-handed one Tuesday, pawning not only his dad's Seiko watch, but my Nana's pearl necklace that survived 2 World Wars II. When I confronted him, he just stood there in my bedroom doorway crying these crocodile tears. "I just miss him so much, Mom. I needed something of his." "If you need it so much, why are you selling his stuff?" I asked, trying not to cry. I don't know. I think everything just reminds me of him. I don't want to think of him. I want to forget and not feel anything. My chest actually hurt when he said that. I gave him a huge hug, and while we embraced, he swore on his father's grave he'd get help. He'd been getting onto substances a lot more, and he knew himself he needed to stop. I wanted to believe him. But then 2 weeks later, my Percocet from my back surgery vanished. In the past, Tyler had told me they sold for $40 a pop at his high school, so I instantly knew what happened. I confronted Tyler about it, telling him he promised, but instead of apologizing or doing anything, he got aggressive. He put his fist through the drywall right next to his dad's memorial photo. He then looked at me like I was his enemy. I just stood there shaking. I tried to enroll him into therapy after that, but he refused, actually telling me he would beat me up if I forced him to go. That was a real breaking point. And after he turned 18, it only got worse. For no reason, he started telling everyone at church that I beat him. Suddenly, I got a call from the bank about 5 bounced checks. Tyler had stolen them and forged my signature to drain his college fund, $5,800 that I'd saved from his dad's death benefit. The night I confronted him about it, he shoved me backward down the basement stairs. I remember waking up in the ER with this young nurse holding my hand asking, "Honey, who did this to you?" I just mumbled something about tripping over laundry because how do you say your own grieving child did this? I knew I'd had enough though. I dumped all his things on the lawn and changed the lock. I even filed a restraining order. I got 2 years of blessed peace where I could actually sleep through the night. I started going to this grief support group at the Methodist Church where I met Linda, who became my lifeline. This tough Polish lady who'd lost her husband to cancer and would split a piece of pie with me after every meeting. I thought things were getting better, but then my sister Sharon called me, and that changed everything. She told me that Tyler was diagnosed bipolar and is taking medication and wants to make amends. She sent me pictures of lithium bottles and a letter from some therapist at the county mental health clinic. Sharon said, "He's your son, Diane. You'll never forgive yourself." I finally caved and met him. I'm not gonna lie, he looked better with a haircut and clean clothes. He showed me pay stubs from Amazon warehouse and talked about his 12-step programs. Even pulled out an envelope with $200 cash as a down payment on what he stole. So we started with Sunday dinners where he'd help me clean gutters or fix the fence. And for 3 months, I thought maybe I got my boy back. Then one day I came out of the bathroom and heard him on his phone laughing, saying, "Yeah, the old lady's eating it up. She has no clue." And my blood went ice cold. Linda had been jumpy lately, saying this blue sedan kept showing up wherever she went. She missed our Tuesday meeting next week, which never happened before.